So a real cool part of our process to become a Keyglee franchise is we invite you to come have a discovery day at our office. And that's when you come in and you actually walk around and you get to interview different people from different departments and see what the daily life looks like, right? Like, you know, one of the things about a job, for instance, if you're like, hey, I would like to be a marketing executive. Okay, cool. Sounds like a good idea, right? And like, you maybe go apply for a job as a marketing executive and it's all fun until like day one of work and you're like, this is what I do? Oh, I guess I didn't want to be a marketing executive. And so like, that's the thing we're trying to avoid. And so by having Discovery Day, we'll let you come in and you actually get to see a day in the life. Like, what is a day in the life of an acquisitions person? What's a day in the life of a dispositions person? What does our intake systems people do? What is the deliverables? Like, what does it really look like to be a part of this family? And so Discovery Day, it's a free opportunity. People come in. Obviously, we're not going to let everybody come in for a Discovery Day. It's got to be, you're got to be vetted, and you'll already have had to gone through our FDD, which is the franchise disclosure document. It's like a 250-page document that tells you what our business model is, what our financials look like, and essentially just gives you the business model. And then you have to look at that and let your attorney look at it, let your accountant look at it, let your priest look at it, let your wife look at it, or let your husband look at it, let your kids look at it. Get everybody who is a decision maker in your life to really sign off on this and make you feel good about it. And then after a couple of weeks of stewing it over and having a cooling off period for both you and me, then we make the decision of whether we want to be business partners. So franchises, man, this is not an impulse decision. Like, this is a measured, calculated opportunity. I love coming into Discovery Days and getting to hang out and eat lunch with and talk to people that are going to be potential franchises, because it really lets me understand the caliber of person that we're interviewing, or the caliber of person who's interviewing us to be a business partner. And I get to learn about what they do. How do they get into the room? Today there's a guy in there who owns a 56,000 square foot sporting complex. I don't own one of those, right? And so I was super interested. Like, how does one buy a 56,000 square foot sporting complex, and why does one do that? And what do you do with that? And all the cool things that this man's involved in. It's like, it's incredible. But I would have never had that connection in my life if we didn't have Discovery Day. And the other cool part is I got 3 Astro flipping community members in there right now looking to purchase a Keyglee franchise, which for me is like one of the most gratifying things that I could ever have as a real estate coach or mentor, is that, look, I did so well as a mentor helping you get your business off the ground, like in the basics, that now you want to become my business partner and take this to the next level. And that's a really big hug for me. That's like, I did a good job, and now I get to be like in a deeper relationship with them. So it's awesome. And I've got so many Astro flipping community members that have become franchises, and they end up doing really well, so it's like, it's cool, man. It's neat to see the progression, but it's also neat to see people and meet people who I never knew, people who didn't come through the Astro community, but just had followed me on social media and had watched the journey and were intrigued just because they see the magic that happens over here. And I think that's special.